my name. Who are you?
That is not important.
Well, what do you want from me?
That is for you to decide. Just tell me what I want to hear.
Well, what's that? What do you want to hear? Hello? What do you want me to say? You got me. I didn't do my taxes this year, okay? And that's why I'm here, isn't it? Is this some new punishment by the IRS or something? I downright forgot about it, I swear. Listen, I'm sorry. I learned my lesson. I mean, isn't everybody entitled to a few mistakes in their life? Okay. When I was in college, me and two buddies, we ran this test answer service. Well, the dean found out about it somehow, and he interrogated me about it. I mean, we were just, three college guys trying to get some extra cash, some beer money, Well, he says to me, he'll forget about the whole thing if I tell him who else was involved. So I did it. I told him. I mean, he expelled my friends. One of them actually killed himself after it. He was afraid of what his parents would do. The other one, he tried to get into every school possible. He applied everywhere and he couldn't get in anywhere. He started to drink heavily. I lost touch with him. I don't even know what he's doing now. I graduated. Nothing happened to me. I moved back home after college. And my grandmother lived with us, and I mean, she was old and she was senile, and she had her mail delivered to the house. And each month, on the dot, she'd get her Social Security check. And I didn't think she needed it. What is she going to do with it? She doesn't need it. So I would take it and I would cash it. Nobody knew or anything. And a couple months passed and she passed away. And checks kept coming. Like I said, each month kept coming. I took them and I cashed them and I forged her name, and I thought in a weird way maybe she wanted me to have them. Maybe it was a sign or something, And I mean, I was her grandson. Who else is gonna take it, And my parents never knew about it or anything, and it wasn't until my father got arrested for fraud. Poor bastard. He didn't even know what he was in trouble for. He had this look. Didn't even know. But you know what I did? I came forward, and I eventually told everybody involved what happened. I told the cops, I told my dad, I told my mom, I told everybody. I mean, doesn't that count for something? I came forward. and said this happened. Put it on my shoulders. When I was in high school, I dated this girl for a couple of years, and it got pretty serious. We were in love and hot and heavy and all that stuff. You know, it's hard for a young man to deal with that, to have this woman who's not related to him care for him like that. You know? I guess with that too, that insecurity I had, came a lot of jealousy. I would get jealous of who she talked to, who her male friends were, even friends of mine that she talked to, you know, if she gave them a certain look or how she dressed or this is too tight, that's too revealing. I just didn't know how to handle it. I wanted to handle it, I just didn't know how to handle it. Well, there was this one night in particular that we were at her parents' house, and you know, when you're young and you're in high school and you have that little bit of alone time, you just hang on to it, and it's so precious to you. And we had some time, and we were making love, and we were nude together, and in the middle of this beautiful thing, this thing that I loved and cherished so much, the phone rings. You know, you're trying to concentrate on the task at hand, and it's this guy. It's this fucking guy saying, hey, I didn't get a chance to call you back. I miss you, baby. You know, we didn't get to do this and that. I love you. And I grabbed her and I said, you know, what's going on? And she was like, it's not what you think. It's not what you think. And I was like, well, then what the hell is it? Tell me that at least. What is it then? And she started to cry. And I just felt bad, and I wanted to hold her, and I said, what is it? And she said, she couldn't make eye contact with me. She said that she cheated on me. But she still loved me. She cheated on me, but she still loved me. Just, at that same moment, I wanted to hold her and protect her. And I wanted to punch right through her fucking face. And just in that heated moment of those two emotions back and forth, I just smacked her. Smacked her right in the face. And I remember that feeling, my hand stinging, and the look on her face was like, oh my God. About a year ago, my wife wanted to go out with her friends for the evening. You know, harmless little night. So I told her I'd watch our daughter. So she left and gave us both kisses. The moment she left, our daughter just started crying. She just, this wail, this uncontrollable, loud, banshee scream. It was just driving me nuts, and I wasn't in the mood for it. I had a terrible day at work. I had such a migraine, you know, the kind that just seems like it's right on your eyeball. It just hurts so bad, and she's just loud, and I did everything I possibly could. I fed her, I changed her, I sang to her. I don't have a great voice, and I read every story possible to her. I did little scenes with her stuffed animals, anything to just get her to stop, to get her just to quiet down just for a minute. None of it worked. I was going crazy. I was going nuts, and I grabbed her, and I'm trying to rock her, and you know, shh, it's okay. And she's just so loud, and I ended up just picking her up and just trying to get her to stop, and I started shaking her, and I was losing my temper, and I wanted her just to stop, just to be quiet, just for a little while, you know. Daddy needs some time too. Daddy needs some time to get his head together, and I shook her, and I kept shaking her, and I really don't even know how long I was shaking her for, and she stopped. She stopped crying. She just laid there like this little docile lamb. Didn't make a sound. 3 days later, my wife and I buried her. My wife wouldn't even talk to me. Just the way she looked at me and said it all. I'd do anything now to hear her. I'd do anything, I'd give anything to hear her cry again. You don't know how that feels when, like, a parent outlives a child. It's not right. It shouldn't happen.
I've heard enough.
God, why did you do this to me? Why? You know, I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person. I made some mistakes, but I'm a good person. How about you come down here? How about you take my place and I'll go up there and I'll judge?